everybody, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today we are talking about our WWE, our Weeb Week extravaganza this time.
Well,
Almost a week.
it was a long weekend.
Yeah, Kxciee had some drama, so her side of the week got cut short, but the Weeb Central group chat managed to leave the internet and actually meet up in person. So it was myself, Wyatt, and Kxciee at my house here in beautiful California, where Kxciee and Wyatt used to live at one point.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I squished both of them in my room's not really like tiny, but when you add 3 people in there with 2 air mattresses and a regular mattress, it feels very small.
Yeah, it feels very like dorm-like. It's like
Yes.
just packed in there.
Yeah, it's like being in a dorm, but without the bunk beds.
Yeah, you just have the whole floor is lava.
Yeah,
I mean,
the whole floor is a mattress.
The whole floor is a mattress, basically. It was difficult to navigate, but we made it work for the most
Yeah.
part. People got kicked in the face. It was fine. People got kicked. It was fine.
Wyatt got beat
It
up
was
a little
fine.
bit, but it was
Yeah.
fine. He's fine. He survived. Like, my house, I don't have a guest bedroom in general, and I could have kicked Wyatt out to the front room and he could have slept out there, but literally my house was just a crash pad for us because we were out every day, all day.
Yeah. All
The
day.
entire time Kxciee was in California. Because we kicked off our weekend. Well, I guess technically we kicked it off. We went to a church event.
Which was very interesting.
Yeah. Wyatt is indeed a churchgoer. Kxciee and I are not. But Kxciee truly is like Wyatt and Kxciee in that perspective are the two opposite ends of the spectrum there. So it was very interesting to go to a church event
with me.
with Kxciee.
Especially because okay, and this is in, can I say where it's at? Or am I in Santa Clarita?
Mm-hmm.
Where okay, if you know Santa Clarita, all the people there basically look the same. Everybody in Santa Clarita pretty much looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
White, rich people, essentially. Yeah. Okay, and then I walk in and it's like, who the fuck? Where did you come from?
Yeah, everybody's very clean cut. I mean, Santa Clarita is mainly clean cut Christian families. That's the kind of community it lives there. That is the kind of people that Santa Clarita attracts, which is all fine and dandy. A lot of them tend to be on the richer side, but honestly, I know everybody of all kinds of social statuses and fiscal statuses. But yeah, so it's definitely nobody near as colorful as Kxciee. Because even I would say I probably had more tattoos, and I only have 2. Well, technically 3. More than the majority of the people there, anyways. So Kxciee was just standing out.
Definitely stood out, and I'm like, this is so weird. I don't know if I've ever. I mean, maybe when I was younger, but
been to
I
church.
Didn't burn. So
yeah, Kxciee and I kept cracking jokes that she didn't burst into flames when she walked into the church, because they do have. We went so earlier that day. I actually went with Wyatt to the morning church service, which was very nice. I'm not a churchgoer though. I was also very tired, so I had to try my hardest to not fall asleep. Although the church he goes to, they have a really good band that plays songs throughout, so that definitely kept me awake. But we went back for a thing they do called Summerfest, which is basically they do a mini afternoon service and then basically a ton of free food. When we went for the food, Wyatt was like, there's gonna be food and we can go there and then we can go to the hotel before Disneyland. And I said, okay, that's fine. And the food was delicious.
Yes. And it wasn't too bad. It was I mean, I mean it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Not my
Yeah.
favorite thing we did, but
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not everybody's cup of tea. But again, I feel like their church is like, they're not like super like, you have to believe this, you have to, like, they're not like trying to shove it down your throat. They're very, I would say, in terms of church services, they are very gentle. The pastor definitely gets to the point and has like all of these, verses and things to back it up, and throws in some life experiences in there and stuff like that. So it was very interesting to listen to. But yeah, definitely not mine or Casey's scene. But Kxciee had what she claims as the best potato salad she's ever had. So we got to do that. But yeah, so we did that, and then in effort to not have to like pull over and take a 15-minute nap on our way home from Disneyland, I booked us a Motel 6 room, like Casey and I and our families used to do way back when we did family Disney trips. So we went to the Motel 6.
and it's probably one of the nicer Motel 6s out there. I mean, Motel 6s aren't typically bad, but this one's like right next to Disneyland, so like it
Yeah.
can't be too bad.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
always clean and the
it's a
people are always nice.
nice little what you call it? What do we take? A bus? A bus
Yeah.
ride?
Yeah,
A
a little
bus
tram. They
ride?
had like a bus tram situation thing that you can get. Although, you know what? For any of you who like stay in a hotel in Anaheim and that you do the little shuttle thing, I'm going to advise you to maybe try and get away with only purchasing a one-way ticket, because literally every time I do the round trip one, which it's like $6, so it's not like it's that expensive. But every time I do the round trip one, when we're on our way home, they're like, "No, it's fine, just get on." So I'm
Right,
like,
they're
I
like,
could
"It's
have,
late, we're tired, just go."
yeah. I'm like, oh, I could have gotten away with not paying for that. But again, I mean,
But then
it's a few bucks.
the one time you do it, they're gonna be
They
like,
will yell at you.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna be mad at you because
yeah.
that's
So
Disney in
yeah,
Anaheim.
so yeah, in the city of Anaheim. So risk it if you'd like, but I'm just telling you, literally every time I go to like scan at the end of the night, they're just like, get on. And I'm like, oh, okay. Um and I don't know if that's because they glance and they see that I have a ticket, or I don't know. I don't know. But it's super useful. It's really easy to do. It is through the city of Anaheim. They have a whole app that you can do and all of that. So definitely recommend if you're planning to stay in a hotel and you're like further than, I would say, like a half a mile. But even if you're less than half a mile, it's it's really nice not to have to walk out of Disney the whole way.
Oh my gosh, I know, because you do so much walking there. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we did so much walking.
Yeah. Disneyland is huge and it's very hilly. So when you're walking all day, you're walking up and down hills all day. It's not like
And we
Disney
didn't even
World. Disney
do
World's flat.
yeah, we just did Disneyland this time.
Mhm.
Past few times we've done both parks, but we just did one. And man, it was a long day. It
Yeah,
was a
but
fun day, but
luckily,
it was a long day.
luckily the weather actually was very nice. It was warm, but it wasn't hot.
Oh, the weather was
So,
absolutely, especially because like there's like a current heat wave going. Like we picked
mhm.
the perfect time
Yeah.
to go because the weather was chef's kiss.
Yeah, it was maybe like 80 degrees max. And the sun was out. There was no rain. Um the breeze was really nice and it wasn't super crowded. We literally picked a perfect week cuz everybody had like universities and stuff in LA had just gone back to school that week. So nobody's ditching school yet.
Yeah, which is
So,
nice.
yeah, everything, I would say wait times were always under like 45 minutes, but I think the longest we waited might have been 30, maybe?
Maybe I don't even know if it was that long.
Yeah, and the only ride that I could think of that would be that long would be Rise of the Resistance. But honestly, half of that is just walking through where they have the
Yeah,
line.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, And I mean, yeah, like most of it's like you walk through the little stormtrooper
Mhm.
bay. I don't know what it's called. And you walk outside and then you go to the next one. Yeah, that one was probably the longest one. Everything was very it was not crowded at all. We got to ride the
Mm-mm.
haunted mansion finally after like
Yes.
2 years, and
We
it
did
was
have to
wonderful.
virtual queue for that. That would technically be the longest line because we had to virtual queue. But since you do it all through the app, it does tell you like when like, how close they are and what number group you're in. So
So you can do
that would
other stuff. You're not just stuck in line.
yeah, because we literally I put us on for that and then we went on like three other rides and then just kind of hovered near the haunted mansion because I didn't know how fast or slow it'd move. But it was nice because we sat in the shade, so we had a nice little break of not walking anywhere for like a good 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a much needed break.
Yeah.
Um but I would say it was like pretty good overall. It was like
Mm-hmm.
a solid 8.5 out of
For
10.
sure. I agree.
We got our Dole Whips floats,
Delicious.
which were so good.
Yes.
We
We
ate
got those
at
in the
my
morning
favorite
too.
restaurant. Yeah, we got them like probably like around like 10 or 11, and it was like the perfect time cuz it was like warm and the drink was like refreshing, and
Mm-hmm.
you got the pineapple, and then you got the Jungle Cruise right there. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
Casey's
great.
favorite.
Oh yeah, love that ride.
Casey
Hate that ride.
loves the Jungle Cruise.
Honestly, though,
Also,
after our
yeah.
Universal trip, I think that I fucking hate Jurassic World 100 times more. Like, if well, which we'll get to that because that was
Yeah.
it's
That was an
disgusting.
experience, yeah.
Um, like, if the animatronics, like, ever didn't work, I'd be like, "Get me off this fucking boat." Oh,
Oh
man, yeah.
gosh, yeah. But also Casey is I guess you're vegetarian like 99% of the time slash vegan.
Yeah,
So Casey had to look up like where she could eat and a lot of the places in Disney actually have at minimum a vegetarian option or two. Some places go vegan like the Dole Whip is vegan. It's
and
very
that one,
exciting.
fucking what's it called? What did we go to eat? Oh, Docking Bay
Docking
6?
Bay 6.
Yeah, they had that was delicious.
Yeah, they were meatballs, right?
Yeah, they were like the fake meatballs with hummus and pita bread and some like tomato cucumber salad thing. I don't really
Mhm.
know. It was very good, and it was actually like a lot of food for what I would think was like $13, so it was not that
Yeah.
bad.
Honestly,
Um
Docking Bay 6 has good portion
oh, Docking
sizes
Basics is the best.
if you're looking to have like one solid meal.
Yeah.
Also, the Mexican restaurant in Disney that I never know the name of, it's just the Mexican
The
restaurant
Mexican
in
restaurant.
Disney. They also have very solid portions as well. So, like, if you're looking for something that's not like super light, but something that'll like kind of fill you up for the whole day, those two are definitely my top picks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love Docking Basics, and the fact that they had that there, I was very excited because they're delicious, and it's
Yeah.
in Star Wars Land, which is the best part of Disneyland, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. So that was very fun. Did we get what else did we get? We didn't really get a lot of snacks this time.
No, we didn't. We did get our must have Star Wars coffee with the Cocoa Puffs on top.
Yes.
Because that's just a must.
Well, and then we got a bread bowl with
We
soup.
did for dinner. We were trying to decide what we wanted, and I have been the last couple times that I've gone been wanting to try. I've never had the bread bowl with the clam chowder in it, and this time, because Wyatt was thinking about eating at Tiana's, and I was like, "Ooh, the bread bowl place is like right next door. It's like right on the corner of where you come out for Pirates of the Caribbean, because you'll have the Blue Bayou right when you come out, and then when you're going towards um, Tom Sawyer's Island. It's like right there on the corner. It's a little window place. But they had clam chowder, and then you had, what was it, butternut squash soup?
Yeah, butternut squash soup, and it was very good. It was very, very reminiscent of fall, which is
Mm,
it's fall, y'all.
yeah, it was delicious. A lot. It was the bread bowl was delicious, excellent. Casey and I demolished both of ours. And then we also got the second coffee of the day, which was a seasonal item, which we've neither of us have ever had, which was the Pumpkin King coffee. I believe that's what it was called. It's basically a pumpkin spice latte that had, which is delicious, toffee chips on the top. I love toffee, so that was like 10 out of 10. And then it also came with a little white chocolate Jack Skellington, which, unlike Casey and Wyatt, I didn't eat my Jack Skellington first. I ate it last, and he got kind of like lost in the ice. So I did have to dig him out and eat him that way. But that was delicious.
I think, yeah, it was very good. I think that my favorite was definitely the docking basics out of all that day, and the Dole Whip.
Yeah. Yeah, we picked some really solid like food choices this time. Um the only thing with Docking Bay 6, they had, the first time we ever went, they had a pasta dish, and it was only seasonal, so I was surprised I actually got to eat it twice. But I really hope they bring that back next year, because I love, it was like, I don't even know what was in it. I just know it was pasta, and it had like this green, slightly spicy sauce, but it was really good. So I hope they bring that back. But I had the chicken this time, and the chicken is, well, yeah, I had the chicken this time. The chicken was good. I got macaroni and cheese instead of mashed potatoes. I would recommend the mashed potatoes over the macaroni and cheese.
Hmm.
Macaroni and cheese was okay.
But other than that, we rode a bunch of rides, everything we wanted to do, except for Space Mountain. They were closed,
Space Mountain was
which was
closed.
sad.
We got the ultimate Star Tours
Oh,
experience.
was great, and I got to see for the first time. I've gone to Disneyland quite a few times in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Every time I have never seen Mando and
Mm-mm.
his little baby.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm in the bathroom or I'm doing
Yeah.
something
Or walking
or
away.
walking away, and he was there, and I was very happy. I was like, this is great." All of my favorite characters I got to see that week. So
Yeah, except the little droids. We didn't get to see
yeah,
the little
I didn't get to
droids,
see
but
those.
that's okay. They do
I'll
bring
take
those. I feel
Mando.
like they have them out a lot more often than obviously the people in costume, because
Mhm.
they're little robots. It's okay
Yeah.
if it's hot outside. So hopefully the next time we go, we'll get to see them. But yeah, it was very exciting. Mando and Grogu were out, and I liked that he got stopped in like an open space so that we could all see him,
Mhm. Mhm.
because most of the time he gets stopped, like right outside the bathroom there, and then everybody's crowding and you can't see or get cute pictures or anything like that. So it was nice that he was out in an open space. Um, we saw Kylo Ren like
Yeah, and he was
at
bullying a
least
child.
twice, and he was
And he was
bullying like children. So he was ready to fight a little girl dressed as Rey. Like, he was about to smack down with her.
I was like, "Oh,
Um,
okay."
Yeah, and then of course the stormtroopers we saw like 3 times. Um, but yes, everybody was out in Star Wars, which was nice. But
Yeah.
anyways, back
It
to
was
Star Tours. Star Tours, we
mhm.
got the ultimate, at least what I consider to be the ultimate combo, because we got to see the whales, which I love the whales. We got to see, why am I blanking on her name? Ahsoka. We got to do
Yes.
her little
And
section, and
Mando.
yes, we got to do pod racing, which is my favorite part of episode 1. So we got the same combo that I got, I think, the last time I went to Disneyland, and it's a magical combo. And Casey got to be the rebel spy.
I did. It was so fun. It was great. That was definitely, and I think that was our last ride of the day too. So that, or no, it
Yeah.
wasn't. That was our second to
Well,
last.
second to last, yeah.
Yeah. But our last, so it was pretty great.
Yeah, it was so funny. We also got to go on Mickey's Runaway Railway,
Hmm.
which was good because in the morning it actually wasn't working. And I was like, well, maybe by the time we get over there, it'll be working. And then after we got off Rise of the Resistance, it was working. So I was like, let's go.
Yes.
Me. That might
That
have
one's always
been like the second longest line that we were in, which honestly, Rise and Mickey's Runaway Railway, they're always going to be long until
fun.
something
Yeah.
new comes along.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we got
Um,
on the Matterhorn this time.
we did, which was always painful.
Yeah. And
The
then my
older you
like hips were like cramping. Like I couldn't get comfortable in the seat. And I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, guys. And they're like, and I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So I had to sit kind of like, I sat like cross-legged at first, but then I end up like I realized I could stick my feet further in, so I was able to like stretch out and not
and
cramp inside a
the
Matterhorn
Matterhorn is
seat.
like the absolute. I'm like, we did not wait in this long ass, hot ass
Yeah.
line where we had to watch some girl fall off the rails
Oh,
for you not to
literally.
be on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
literally.
line is like the worst too because it's all outside. Like you don't get any fresh air conditioning.
And there's no misters.
There's
There's
no
hardly
misters.
ever a breeze.
And then yeah, this little girl was like sitting up on the like railing that they have, and
She literally
like
fell.
she literally fell backwards, like in half. I was
Yeah.
like, what the oh my god.
Honestly, if she had fallen like 2 inches to the right, she would have smacked her head on a rock.
Yeah, and then it would not have been the happiest place on earth.
No.
So
But
let's not do that.
also like she cuz she fell so quietly. She didn't scream or anything. You just heard a like a oof and like a
Yeah, you just
soft
heard like a
like
smack.
landing noise. And I just looked over and her legs were in the air. And like she like they pulled her back over the railing and she still stood in line. Kxciee and I both went we would have like just
I
walked
would
all the
have
way
just got
home. Yeah.
I would have just gotten out of that line. I would have not said a single word to
Nope.
anybody.
I would have just
Not
left.
a single I would have just started leaving.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. With all those people around, no,
No.
thank you. I'm
No. I'll
done.
meet
My
you
day
at the
is done.
car. Bye.
Yeah. I'm like, at least that girl was like young because I'm like old
Yeah.
to like that would have probably broken all my ribs anyways.
Yeah. Or your
But
neck
I
or
would have
something.
yeah, but I would have been like, we're going home. We're done with this day.
Yeah. I'm
Magical
like,
day is over.
yeah, yeah. No.
But that was
Um,
day one.
yeah.
And then for day two, we went to the beach.
Yeah. We went outside.
We went outside and we got to go to Jamie's old stomping grounds, which was very
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah. When Wyatt was planning this trip, he was like, he originally wanted to go to a beach that had like a pier that you could walk around on. And in my mind, the only one that does that is the Santa Monica Pier. I'm sure there's other beaches here in Southern California that do, but Santa Monica is the only one that comes to mind. And honestly, Santa Monica and Venice, for that matter, they are both not very nice beaches anymore. There's a lot of homeless. There's just a lot of like
It's very icky. We don't go real.
yeah, it's just
We
like
don't.
not good vibes. Like when I was younger, we went all the time. And I mean, there's always going to be homeless in LA no matter where you go, but like now it's like the homeless live there. That is their home. Is Venice Beach.
Yeah.
It's leaked into Santa Monica because of the pier, so they live under the pier. So I was like, no, we're gonna go to Ventura, and he was like, well, what's there? And I was like, well, you have all of downtown Ventura, which I go to with when he lived here. I went all the time with his mom because we'd go thrift shopping. Um, so I was like, we'll go there because then if we want to eat, we can eat. If we want to shop, we can do that. Um, and so that's where we went. And because I was driving, so every time we drive to Ventura and you haven't seen my college, CSU Channel Islands, you will get the tour, whether you want it or not.
Whether you like it or not, you're going.
Yeah.
Um, which was very fun. It's a crazy college because it's like, and when I say crazy, I mean it's you would not expect there to be a college where there's a college, and it's like because it used to be a mental hospital.
Yes. So I went
It's
to
like
school at a mental
tucked
hospital.
away from
Yeah.
society.
Yeah, so
It's like
like
I'm like,
if
where are you taking me?
yeah, if you don't know that it was a mental hospital, literally you're driving into the mountains and you're like, where, like, past all this farmland, it's not near town or anything like that. And then I tell you, well, it used to be a mental hospital. The location makes way more sense because it's like nestled in between these mountains. It's
Yeah, like tucked
secluded.
away from people, so it's
It's
like
not like all the other universities that are in like the middle of the city. So it's
yeah.
I loved the that experience. I come from a small town, so it was nice to go to a small tucked away university. Grocery shopping was a pain, but honestly, like half the campus drives and half of them don't. So I always had a friend that had a car that we could go and do whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so and then it was very nice because it was actually their first week back in school, and so the gift shop was open. So naturally, I had to go had to go in there and buy some stuff, and I was texting my mom pictures, and so I got her some stuff. Kxciee got a keychain.
Yeah,
Wyatt
now it
got a
looks like
notebook.
I went to Channel Islands because they don't because
Yeah.
they always have because they have Channel Islands mom or Channel Islands dad, but they don't have like Channel Islands friend or Channel Islands buddy. I'm like, what is for me? What
Get
is
on
for
it,
me?
CSU
I
system.
want
Get
stuff
on the friend
too.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be one that says like I know someone that went to CSU Channel Islands.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I want stuff too. Like this stuff is cute. So
Yeah, so it's nice because every time I end up going, it's normally on a Sunday, and they're normally closed Sundays. So it was nice that the gift store was open. Wyatt ended up getting ordering some food from Tortillas, which is the Mexican restaurant in on campus that has been there, I think, long before I even went there. So he had a breakfast burrito, right? I think.
something of that
Um,
nature.
yeah, and then he made a friend. He was talking to some girl that was in there, so I'm like, oh, okay. But it's nice. They're doing a lot of construction at CSU Channel Islands. They're finally adding a building to the front, so it'll actually be functional and useful, like the first building you see. So I'm excited to see the changes for Channel Islands. Glad they're still growing. It's such a wonderful college. So if you're looking for colleges, I highly recommend CSU Channel Islands. It's out in Camarillo. So if you live in SoCal, it's the perfect distance. Like for me, it's like an hour and a half drive, I think. So it was far enough away that I didn't like feel like I was living at home, but it was also close enough I could come home for weekends and
Yeah.
holidays and things like that. So,
And it's next
uh
to the beach.
and it's next to the beach. It's constantly like 75 degrees. It's overcast in the mornings. It's fabulous. I love that school. But yeah, so we did that. And then we made it to the actual beach, where we laid in the sun for like we were there for like 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that.
Well, I laid mostly under the umbrella.
Yeah, because
I think I left the umbrella like twice, although my legs were not in it, so my legs did get sunburnt.
yeah, but that was the
Um,
only part of Kxciee that got sunburnt was the back of your legs, not even all of your legs.
yeah, at
Um,
Sportsbrella, man, I'm telling you, I need to invest
yeah,
in one of those.
Yeah, so if you are a beach goer or you go to like my dad originally bought them because my brother used to play soccer, so we were constantly sitting on the sidelines of the soccer field. It's called a Sportbrella is the one we have. I'm sure there's various other brands, but it's literally a giant umbrella that you lay on the ground and stake into the ground, so it looks like a little like half tent, but they're amazing. I normally have two, but one of them's currently broken, so we just had the one. But I mean, all three of us fit under there with
Yeah,
my beach blankie, so it was really nice. I love going to the beach with those things because it's not as heavy as an easy up. It also doesn't fly away like a lot of easy ups do. So it's really good if you're trying to make a lighter trip on the beach. Um, But yeah, we just hung out and I got in the water and Wyatt also got in the water. Kxciee stayed firmly in the umbrella.
yes. I put my feet in for like 5 seconds and I was like,
That's
"No
true.
way. This is freezing." I don't know how you guys got in there. I would have probably died. So I stayed under the umbrella and I took a nap. It's really hard to get me out of the house, but when I do, man, I don't do much.
Yeah. But we all got a little toasty roasty. Wyatt, top of Wyatt's feet got burned. The back of my legs got a little toasty, and the back of Casey's legs got burned. But considering that, I would say all three of us kind of fry relatively easily. Coming out with only that's pretty good.
Yeah.
My scalp also didn't burn this time because I wore a hat like a responsible person. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to deal with scalp sunburn, which is fabulous.
Yeah,
And then we
and
went to downtown Ventura.
which is very cute. It's very
Mhm.
there's lots of thrift stores, lots of antique stores,
Mhm.
which we went into,
Yeah.
which were
And we
fun.
went into Rocket Fizz.
Yes, which is they got crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
Like the
Like
sodas are so crazy.
like even if you don't think it's a soda flavor, I guarantee you Rocket Fizz has it as a soda flavor.
Yeah, like literally they had like ranch and like
Ugh.
grass and like like crazy ass flavors. I'm like, who is buying this?
The ranch
Who
one, just the thought of it makes me want. I love ranch, but the thought of ranch soda makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, it's not cool.
But I also love it because they sell a lot of old like candies and sodas. And I've been dying for an Abba Zaba for like a month, and I'm like,
got
and you can't find them anywhere. So I did fork out almost $3 in Abba Zaba for my Abba Zaba. It was delicious though, and then my mom really appreciated hers. So
worth it. Worth it.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that
And then
was
we
pretty
went
much our
to
beach day.
yeah, and
Oh,
then we
we
went
went
to
to
Choppers, which was delicious.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
We did go to Toppers, and then we went to Rolling Pin
yes.
Donuts.
And then I lost my phone because
Yeah, because
that's
it's
just me.
black. She has it on Do Not Disturb,
It's
and
just
it flew out of her
it's not
backpack.
it's not a trip unless I'm losing something or I'm disorganized or something
Yeah,
burns down, like just crazy stuff happening. But that was a pretty solid day too. I thought we did a lot and I was still very
yeah.
tired. And then we
Mm-hmm.
still had another full day ahead of us.
Yeah, yeah. So we actually got home at a relatively decent time, which was nice. And then we went to Universal the next day, but Universal didn't open until 10:30, so we didn't really have to leave very early from my house, which is nice because Universal's super close. Um, but I took Casey to the newest coffee shop in Santa Clarita, which is McKenna's Coffee. Um, because last time I took her to Hanu Coffee, which was it used to be right across the parking lot, but they've since taken that one out, so the only one left is in Newhall. But they put McKenna's Coffee in, and I was like, I gotta take her because McKenna's Coffee, like, not only could you get like any coffee flavor under the sun, but they also do Red Bull slushes, so you can get pretty much any flavor combination with Red Bull in it, which I thought was pretty cool. If you drink Red Bull,
Yeah, it's like a giant like
yeah,
a big Dutch Bros basically. They have a lot like it's if you've never been to a coffee
hmm,
shop like that, it's very overwhelming because
yeah.
there's so many drinks. Like at places like that, you got to just like
Yeah,
pick one and
yeah,
then like
start a
check it
list
off
and
your
then just
list.
delete the ones that you've already tried.
Yeah, but it was delicious. I got like a Red Bull slushy thing. I don't know what it was called. I don't remember, but it was very good. It was very like tropically,
Mhm.
which is what I needed to get my morning going at the best theme park, in my opinion,
Yes.
ever.
Oh, I love Universal. But yeah, so we got coffee and then we went and picked up Wyatt's friend Ben. So if you tune into Wyatt's streams, Ben and I both tend to be on there a lot. So make sure to check out his channel. It's youtube.com/PirateKingBoros. Um, But yeah, so we went and picked up Ben, and then we made our way over to Universal. There was hardly any traffic, which was fabulous. That's the one thing I
Mhm.
love about driving Universal. I don't think I ever really hit any traffic
Oh, it's
because it's so
fantastic. That's
close.
why I literally tell people, I'm like, Disneyland is fun, okay, but Universal is the superior, in my opinion. I think it's so much better.
Yeah, Universal, like Disney is nice if you have the time to stand in line, basically.
Yeah, basically. Because Universal, we literally, I think the longest we waited was like what, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe.
I don't think we wait. Did we wait for anything for 30 minutes? I don't think we
I would
did.
say the only one we waited long was like Jurassic World, which was stupid. Because that one I
We'll
think was
get to
probably the
that in a minute.
longest. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm still mad.
um, yeah,
But like Harry Potter, oh, I think probably Mario World. I think we waited like 30
yeah,
minutes, which is
yeah,
for a brand new ride that was just put in last year.
yeah.
It's incredible. Like that's
Uh,
so unheard of.
that and then like, cause I just went with two other friends today, and they made the comment that every time they come, it's normally like over an hour wait, and I'm like, that's so weird because I've been on it the last 3 times I have gone to Universal. I have been on it, and the wait is never more than 30 minutes. And I know the one time we went on Horror Nights is like an exclusion because it was only open for the people that were at Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller crowd anyways. But
But it was nice this time because last time we went through
we got
um
no
we,
instructions.
we got no instructions because there was nobody in line.
Yeah, so they're just
So
like, get on, and I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, this time because it's like a game, you play like
Hmm.
the game as you ride the ride.
Yeah.
So there's like instructions because you're like driving the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, this
And
makes so
shooting
much more sense
shells
this
and
time.
yeah.
Because I think last time I was really confused, and that was why.
Yeah,
Um,
last time we were going in blind. We were just like, so I started blasting.
but yes, that was fun. We finally got to go to Toadstool Cafe.
Which was amazing. The
Yes,
atmosphere in that restaurant, 10 out of 10. And the
so
food was
cute.
delish.
Yes, I got my tomato soup, so I'll stop complaining now.
Yes.
And what did you get? Oh, you got spaghetti.
I got to, okay, so I ordered off of the kids menu because I wasn't like super hungry. And I also didn't think I could finish like a whole plate of spaghetti. But the kids menu also had spaghetti. It just doesn't come with the meatballs. And I would highly suggest the kids menu if you wanted like anything that was on the regular menu but is also on the kids menu, because I got a good like scoop of spaghetti, a little garlic knot, and a cookie, and it was
Hmm.
delicious. It was the perfect like balanced meal. I was very satisfied. Also, Wyatt ended up getting the giant Bowser meatball challenge thing, so I actually ended up having a little bit of his meatball. So I still had meatball on my spaghetti.
Yes, it was definitely worth it. You had to
Hmm.
join at like a wait list, but we didn't even wait that long. We waited like 15 minutes, maybe 20
Yeah,
minutes.
we watched
Um,
Ben. Ben got one of the little power up bands, so we watched him do all of the power up games by himself,
yeah. And we got to
and he
meet
did them all.
Toad again.
Yes, we got to meet
Always,
Toad. Everybody got pictures. I
yes.
love
And
Toad. He's so
Toad is
cute.
the best part of if you go to Universal, you have to meet Toad, okay? Because he's
Yeah,
amazing.
he's so cute.
The best part. And then we we went to the lower lot, which everything is on the
Hmm.
lower lot pretty much.
Yeah.
And we ponchoed up. We got
Yep.
ready.
Yep, we went. Kxciee and I went, and Ben for that matter went full weeb, and we were in. Kxciee and I were in ponchos. Ben was in a raincoat, and Wyatt was like, "Y'all are lame. I can't believe y'all don't want to get wet." Kxciee and I don't care necessarily about getting wet. We just don't want our face to melt off
Yeah, I don't need my makeup or
and my
hair
hair.
ruined.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we were in full poncho.
Yep.
It's like 85.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sweating to death.
Roasting like a turkey.
Sorry if you can hear Pip. He's
He
singing.
wants to join in. It's fine. We love
Um
Pip.
yeah, so like
So,
we get over the first little hill
mm-hmm.
into the Mosey's little
Yeah, Mosey's
aquarium,
little arena. Yeah.
and there's no Mosey.
Yeah, literally. So the gate like opens right when you're entering the Mosey's little tank thing, and the power cuts like sound the motors in the water like that. Like we're
Like nothing.
literally just
Like we're just
drifting. We're
floating.
drifting. There is no Mosey doesn't splash any water at us, and we're like, okay, well maybe Mosey's not working today. That's fine. We
Mosey's
can handle
tired.
that. Yeah, what she might need a day off. That's fine.
We all do.
Um, yeah,
So it's her
same
mental health
girl,
day,
same.
okay?
Yeah. So we're just like drifting through the Mosasaurus part, and then we keep drifting. And mind you, that the workers haven't said anything yet. Like they haven't told us
Yeah,
that
we have
there's
no
gonna.
idea what's going on.
Yeah,
It's the quietest ride I've ever been on. The poor
yeah,
girl next to me was like, "I've never been on this ride." And I'm like,
yeah.
"I'm
And then
so
everybody
sorry."
kept asking, like, "Is it normally this slow?" And I'm like, "I don't think so."
Yeah,
Like,
like, if we're just floating along the river, it was the
yeah,
weirdest thing. And then it gets to, like, the part where you're, like, coming
you gotta
up,
go
you're
up.
getting to more dinosaurs, and it's just
Hmm.
absolutely foul. Disgusting. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, there's, like, the one dinosaur where his, like, just his head is out of the water, but, like, the
Yeah,
water normally bubbles around him, right? So you
yeah.
can't see that he's just a head. Fucking gross.
The water level
Oh
was
my
also
god.
like it looked like it was a bit lower as well. So he was literally like chest out of the water and no bubbles. So and he was dry up top. So
It was so gross.
it was really weird.
It was
And then
so weird.
we continued to drift. Again, there's no sound effects. So it's dead quiet. We're all just talking amongst ourselves because we're like, what the heck is happening?
It's so
And then we finally round the corner to where you do like your steep climb up in order to get to like the main floor, I guess you could call it. And there's already two boats there waiting at the bottom. So we did
yeah,
a Pirates of the Caribbean and slammed into the back of them. And then we had two more boats slam into the back of us. And then we
right.
finally get the message to please stay in the boat, keep your hands inside, don't get up. We will resume momentarily message. We got that message like 5 times.
Yeah,
We
we're
were
like,
there for
"Okay,
a
anytime
while.
now." Yeah, in the sun with our ponchos on because we still haven't gotten to the water drop part yet. Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason we have the ponchos on, and the
Mm-hmm.
ride isn't even working.
Yeah. And then so it finally kicks back on. We have to wait a while for the two boats in front of us to go. And then we go and we're making our little climb up. Nothing is the sound effects are like they've come back, but like when you see the Indominus Rex on the left hand side poking through the fence, she's not moving. She's just a statue,
Yeah,
and
they're
I'm
not
like,
doing
oh
anything, and then you can see like, they look naked when they're not doing anything. They look, like,
yeah,
bald
it
and
looks
weird.
weird, but like as we're like getting to the top, I can see the lights on, and I told Kxciee, I go, the lights are gonna be on. She's like, what? Well, the lights are going to be on. And so, we do the little mini drop that, like, sets you on sail. All the lights are on. Every single one. All of them. Floodlights galore. You can see all the half dinosaurs. You can see the T Rex waiting in the wing to swing out at you.
Yeah, it was really gross. I hated every second of it, and I
Yeah.
could not be more happy to get off. Because listen, I already struggle with water in animatronics in
Animatronics.
just general. I don't love them. They creep me out. Um, and so
Yeah.
the fact
Kxciee
that they
was
were just like not
screaming.
doing anything, I was like, this is awful.
She was screaming at the still animatronics that the sound effects were going. They had the sound effects. They just literally nothing was moving and all of the lights were on. And then we hit our drop. And I don't think did the T Rex come out? I don't
No,
remember.
he didn't. He just was
Okay,
like
so he was just
hovering
there.
over us. It was very creepy, and I hated it. And I wish I had my phone out because my phone was like tucked in my
So
pocket.
was mine.
It's I couldn't like record anything because it was literally like disgusting. I hated it. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
I'd
do that
only ever
again.
seen that happen to people literally on TikTok, so it
Yeah,
was
it
really weird to experience.
was very strange. Uh,
It was not a good time. And then
no,
we got off the ride. Luckily, we didn't get too soaked.
Mm-mm.
But we got off the ride, and then they were handing us like a fast pass, like as a I'm sorry you had to experience this. Here's a fast pass. The first time they gave us a fast pass for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, and I was like, do we have one that's not for this ride? Because I don't think we're going to be coming back to this ride. And then they gave us one that was kind of basically for everything else. So we had a fast pass for the day,
Which was
which we
our
used later.
yeah, and we got another fast pass because Jamie's a
Yes. Yeah.
nerd.
And so is Ben. We're
Yeah,
both big Harry Potter nerds. So after the lower lot, we went back up, went into Harry Potter, and we were getting in line for the one that's in the Hogwarts castle. It's like I don't remember what it's called. Forbidden Journey,
Forbidden
something or
Journey,
other.
something.
Um,
It's like the book titles, like they're long and nobody remembers. But so
yes,
Jamie,
it's just Harry Potter ride.
yeah, the big
But
one,
tragic news, they make you pay for a locker now.
which is I was about to say, Universal. What is your problem, and why are you
Yeah,
doing this to us? Especially okay, one, the fact that you have to pay $5 for a locker that you literally are not allowed to bring
that you
bags
have to
onto.
use.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they do not let you bring bags on there. And then you guys have the audacity to make the lockers the size of a quarter.
yeah. But
We had
here's
to
the
get
thing.
two.
So yeah, we had to get two, and then I was like, because when I went today, uh, Colleen was like, "You don't have to pay for them," and I was like, "I had to pay for mine. What are you talking about?" They do have free ones, but they are literally the width of our Disney water bottles, Kxciee.
Oh my god. Like what is the point of
They're
that?
and they're probably, I would say, maybe like 4 water bottles deep. I literally had to take the water bottle because I carry a lounge fly when I go to Universal because I don't really need much. I had to take my water bottle out of my lounge fly backpack, put my water bottle in, and then proceed to carefully shove my lounge fly into the locker. So literally, if
Universal
you carry anything
rude.
bigger than a lounge fly, you're gonna have to pay for a locker.
Yeah, and we all had like a bunch of crap, so we had to
Yeah,
get two
because we did some
lockers.
shopping.
And it's like
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
So we did that. We rode Harry Potter twice because it was only a 10-minute wait.
Yes. But as we were walking in the first time, there was this girl standing there and she was like, "Hey, come over here." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh my god, are
And
we in
she's like,
trouble?
"Yeah." And she's like, "Do you want to win a prize?" And of course, we all went, "Yes." And she goes, "Okay, so out of," and I just went 25. And she was like, "Out of 10 for being a Harry Potter fan?" And Casey's
You're like,
like, "That
listen
one?
to the
Yeah."
woman. Listen to her. She knows her stuff.
So she asked us, was it 2 questions or 3 questions?
It
I
was
think it was
two.
two. Yeah, she asked us 2 questions, which between Ben and I, we got, and we won a free fast pass.
Which is great.
Yeah,
Um, perks of being a Harry Potter nerd, which was great because the last ride we went on was like a 40-minute wait or something, and
yeah,
we just
and we were like,
bypassed all that.
fast pass.
Um, and yeah, and Universal wasn't open very long, so we were only there till 7. Although my feeties hurt real bad.
Yeah, we did do a lot of walking to. I mean, we did the whole park. We really
Yeah,
did.
between the
Um,
park and the beach and the park, my feet were very
yeah, we
sore.
were still, it's just like leftover tired from the beginning of the week. But yeah, we did everything in Harry Potter twice because the wait for both of them was under 10 minutes. um I did like when we were on the little hippogriff roller coaster. I think it was the second time, the lady in front of us, behind us, in front of us,
I think she was in front of us.
think she was in front of us. She was an older lady with, I'm assuming, her granddaughter. But she screamed the whole time, the whole 53 seconds, screamed bloody murder because she kept saying she wanted to get off too, and I'm like, it's not that long. It's
Right,
also not that
it'll be done.
high.
It'll be done in 10 seconds.
Yeah, so that was funny. But yeah, and then Wyatt ended up getting a new wand. He found his Bellatrix wand like he wanted. And then we went to look at the Minions store, which was jam packed. I wasn't expecting that many people to be in there. Um, and then we scooted over to, because we had a fast pass to use, so we went on the Secret Life of Pets because that wait
Yeah,
was 40 minutes.
which is so
Um,
cute and fun.
it is so cute. We did not get adopted by the gay couple this time, or the
I know.
lesbians. Sorry, we got adopted by lesbians last time.
Yeah.
This time it was just a traditional nuclear family of a husband, wife, and two kids.
Yeah, which is fine. We live a
Yeah,
good life with them.
yeah,
New family.
yeah. Um, but yeah, and then we kind of cruised through the shops as per usual. I bought some new pins, which they have all their horror night stuff out. And when we went, it was before horror nights had officially started, so it was nice. I bought the little. I say little. He's not that little. I'm looking at him right now. It's a very large pumpkin pillow. Because I love their little pumpkin mascot that I think is just going to be the horror nights mascot from now on because he was there last year too. Um,
Yeah, he was very cute.
He's so cute. I
Although
liked it because he was soft.
Horror Nights this year does not look. Listen, I don't know if it could top the lineup of last year, which I think is why
I
they're
think
bringing
next
back
year
a
it
lot of
will.
old mazes.
Yeah,
Because there are a lot of like the weekend is coming back, which I'm like,
which is weird.
I never went through that maze because I didn't care
No,
to
that was the
because
only one we didn't go through.
yeah, because we were like, what is
Why? We
like
did go to the bar.
yeah, the bar
We
was
just
pretty
didn't go through the
cool.
maze.
Yeah, but it was very interesting. But yeah, they have all their Horror Night stuff out. I got to meet Hello Kitty, and she loved my outfit. It was
Yeah.
the best day ever.
Yeah,
She
it
was
was so
so
cute
sweet.
because not only did like Casey and I take pictures with Hello Kitty, which isn't unusual, but the boys also took pictures with Hello Kitty, which I thought was funny.
I love Hello Kitty. So
Um,
yeah, I think Universal was a pretty solid day, and then we kind of cruised through. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the Hello Kitty Cafe was already opening.
yeah,
People were
yeah,
waiting
it
like
opened
4 hours for it
this week.
to open.
Yeah, I know.
In that hot ass weather? Absolutely not. I think there's one
Yeah,
in Vegas. I haven't gone
there's
to
one
it,
in Irvine as well.
but I
So
wanna go to one. I mean, I guess you don't have to go to the Universal one, but they do have the Sanrio store there too, right?
yeah, but honestly, like for at least for us, the Universal one's the easiest one to get to and the
Yeah.
closest one. Well, I mean, you can go to Vegas, but I mean, like if you were here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my dad was like, "You guys aren't going to horror nights this year," and I was like, "The lineup's not very good."
Yeah, like,
But
if I'm gonna go to Horror Nights, 1, I'm obviously gonna have to get an express pass, and
yeah, I can
2,
never not do that.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna get an express pass for a lineup that's a little bit better than this one.
I think next year's lineup is going to be very similar to last year's lineup because Last of Us season 2 will already be out.
Mhm.
The last season of Stranger Things will be out.
Yeah,
And I
I
thought
think
there
it'll
was
be
going to be
better.
something else. So I think next year's lineup's going to be really good. So we'll have to go next year. I am kind of sad that we're not going this year, but like I said, there's not really anything.
Yeah, like, the mazes, like, the only one that, like, interested me, which I haven't even seen the movie, is, like, A Quiet Place, and then they have, like, Insidious, which it's like, how many years have we done Insidious, Universal? I get it, but,
Yeah,
like, Insidious is not even, like, one of your best movies. The tram does look pretty fun this year. It's, like, all Blumhouse
yeah,
themed,
yeah.
um, so that looks pretty cool, but other than that, like, it doesn't look as fun, especially last year, because last year was so much fun.
But yeah, so we'll have to go next year. But we got to go to Disney during the fall this year, so I feel like we did do one Halloween esque thing. And we got all the Halloween treats from there. But yeah, Universal was really nice. The weather was again really nice. It wasn't super hot. And I like Universal in particular because all their lines are shaded,
Yeah, and they
whereas
have Misters.
Disney's are not. And they have misters, yeah. Whereas Disney's aren't. So that's the only drawback with Disney is they don't really cover any of their lines. And their lines get long enough that they really should have coverage of some kind. Um, But yeah, and then Casey went home Thursday. You went home the day after Universal.
Yeah, I was planning to stay the rest of the week, but my house got a little silly while I was gone, so
Of
I had to come
course.
home. Um,
Yeah.
but overall, I think it was a good WWE.
It truly was. It was really fun to like I don't think we've most of the time when Kxciee and I do stuff, it's just her and I. So it
Mhm.
was fun to have Wyatt for a few days and then to have Wyatt in bed from Universal. I think that's the first time I've ever gone to Universal with just friends that was larger than a group of 3. Because
Yeah,
most of the
especially being
time
with
it's a
like a
group of 3
family.
or just another person.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Oh, and we ate at Johnny Rockets for dinner from
Yes,
Universal, which was
on City Walk.
delicious
Hmm.
on City Walk. And they had, I guess it would be vegetarian or vegan option. I don't remember.
Oh, they have a whole vegan like menu.
Yeah. So you
So
got a
they had,
milkshake
yeah, I
and a
got a
burger.
shake and it was delicious. That shake was chef's kiss. It was what I needed to get me through to driving the 4.5 hours to get home.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good week. I had a lot of fun.
Yes, me too.
Um, the only thing Kxciee missed out on, which she wasn't going to go to anyways, is Wyatt and I went to Six Flags on Friday. It was hot as heck.
Yeah, and it's also
And
so
I have now firmly remembered that why I don't do Six Flags, and also that I am not a roller coaster person. Wyatt, it was funny because Wyatt was like, "Oh, we're gonna." I told him, I go, "You need to bring somebody who's gonna go on everything with you," and he's like, "No, it'll be fine." I think I sent him at least on 4 rides by himself because I was
you're
like,
like,
"Nope,
"Go, I'm not doing that."
mm." And he was gonna force me onto one, but by the time we got to Twisted Colossus, I was like, "This is my last one for today. This is all I can handle." I was starting to get what I deemed the Six Flags headache, so I was already just not feeling it. I'm like, I really need to lay down in the dark in the air conditioning after being out in the sun all day. Also, I was wet a majority of the morning because we did all the water rides first. Um, and the people we were in the Roaring Rapids ride, and the people across from us got completely soaked, and Wyatt laughed at them. And I'm like, don't do that because now we're gonna get soaked. And
Oh
literally,
gosh.
not even 5 seconds later, the biggest wave out of the whole ride, right onto both of us. So my shoes were wet, my shorts were wet, I was wet from head to toe, and I'm like,
Like, this
but
is all your fault. Thanks, Wyatt.
yeah, yeah. But it was a good time. I was very happy. I got to buy I every time I go to Six Flags, I have to buy a cape. I feel like that's just tradition for everybody. So I got a Shazam cape this time because I wore my Shazam
Wow.
t-shirt. Yeah. So it was fun. And then we went from there to dinner with a bunch of our friends from work. So it was a
Fun.
very busy day, but we had a lot of fun. It was a good week. I can't wait for us to hopefully do it in Florida one day.
Yes, that's our plan. We're gonna do our Weeb week extravaganza, but we're gonna move it to Florida, and we're recruiting Darby to show us around Disney World.
Yep. Darby's going to be our tour guide.
She
We'll
doesn't
get
know it
Wyatt
yet,
over
but
there.
she is.
Yeah, Darby, we're just volunteering you. I
Yeah,
hope that's okay. But to be fair, if you ever come out to California, we'll gladly tote you around here. Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, we'll get Darby involved, and then Wyatt's friend Joe, and I guess he's my friend too. Joe lives in Florida, so there'll be like a nice like group of us going.
Yes,
Eventually when we get there. So,
and then I could
um,
ride ET.
yes, Kxciee can ride ET. We can ride the Velocicoaster, which I'm very excited about.
We can
We
drink
get to
around the
see
world.
we can drink around the world. We get to see Diagon Alley for Harry Potter and ride the Hogwarts Express and Hagrid's little motorcycle ride. We'll get to do Tron. I want to do the Tron ride so bad. But yeah, so lots of exciting things. So make sure to subscribe to the podcast now so that when we do that in about 5 million years, you'll be the first to hear about it.
Yes,
There is also a vlog which theoretically should be up by the time this episode goes up. So you can
you're
check
doing
that out
good.
on
So
yeah.
just
Yeah, check that out on my channel, youtube.com/JamieThrowsConfetti. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media so that you can stay up to date with us. And I think that's it. Kxciee, do you have anything to add?
Uh, no, I think that was our
Awesome.
week week,
Our Weeb
and
week for WWE.
we will see you guys in the next weeb adventure we have.
Yes. And that's it for today. So bye.
Bye.